Three, two, one. Hello guys and welcome back to Total Crypto for another Cox Inu video. And guys, like I said in my last video, that we were expecting to go down, and we did actually go down. And most importantly, exactly what we said in the last video. If we fall further down, this should be the first area of support. And guess what guys, we have finally nailed it. Because once we come down anywhere close to this support area, we need to get in a trade for a confluence of a move back up to the upside. And had you done that, you would have been, and I hope you've gone into this trade or added more to your bags, and you would have been at least 34% move to the upside. To find out how much further can we go from here, and are we going to blast away to the top, you better stick around for the video. So let's roll the intro. Hello guys and welcome back to Total Crypto. So like I said previously in my last video for the Cox Inu, now if we do come back and at least retest one of these as a supporting area, then that'd be a good area to accumulate if you are hodling the Cox Inu, or even if you're doing intraday trading, and these would be the best areas here to reload and stock up some more Cox Inu or USDT. So if you had done that, then you'd be up by 34% to the upside. That's from the daily chart. Let's drop down to the 4-hourly chart. And then on the 4-hourly chart, it looks like at first for the start of day that we were going down, and then we just literally bounced straight back up from that area where I've created that long rectangle box. That would have been a pretty sweet deal, because sometimes we could be wicked into a trade if we look at a last support area, and it's not uncommon, it happens quite often. Sometimes we might even see more candles going all the way back down before we make that move to the upside, like from here, there to there. Instead, we have done this where we just wicked down and then we went straight back up. I reckon that is due to being a bull season, and there should be a lot more further continuation move to the upside. Now that is pretty sick move if you ask me, and the only reason why I've gone down to a lower time frame such as the 4 hours is because you can see a good area for entry, exactly what we've done in our last video. And then we just need to hold and hodl from this zone here, because we went high into price discovery before we drop back down. Then we should see a surge to the upside, but for now we just need to see whether we're going to blast our way up to the top or continue to go sideways here for a little bit before we staircase our way up. Either way guys, this is going to be a magnificent trade for Cox Inu, because we all do expect a lot bigger move coming in. Now what does that mean for the overall price prediction for Cox Inu? Now if you've been following my channel for a little while, then you'll realize that I do like to use the Fibonacci retracement tool just to get an idea, at least for the near-term future, how high can we go. And simply, if you were to go on a daily chart and then we just zoom into that chart just a little bit, you would need to measure the Fibonacci retracement tool from the very highest to the very low to give us, at least the Fibonacci retracement tool, not prediction, but areas where how high we can go. And by doing so, it looks like that we can clear at least, let's have a look here, at least an additional 0 over here, which means we should be expecting anything near 0.4025761, and that will give us in a total of, or at least around about 300 and let's say 360% move to the upside. At least that should be an easy 3x move to the upside. But before looking at the Cox Inu, we would also need to check out what's going on with Bitcoin, because ultimately Bitcoin is the one that gives us a clear indication and further confluence whether we will go much higher or lower. And as long as the Big Daddy O decides to make a move, the rest of the crypto space follows suit. So let's have a look quickly on what BTC is doing. Okay, so it looks like that we are currently so it looks like we are on the verge of breaking to the downside. Now I know quite a few traders, especially well-known traders, they like to use a trend line, something like this, and say that if you do break down below here, we should be expecting a further move to the downside. Guys, either way, it doesn't really matter how you do this, because if we're breaking down to the downside, it would be quite obvious. It means a break of structure. As we've gone up, we see two red candles. We see the first red candle right at the top. Then we saw a massive engulfing red candle over here, and it looks like it's not stopping anytime soon yet. So that means we could possibly see ourselves going down much further, or if, just like with the Cox Inu chart, if we find the next support area, which would be around about this zone, if we do sit within this area and fall further down below, then ultimately that will take the rest of the cryptocurrency along with it. However, if we zoom in slightly, or a bit more, you can see that we've actually wicked our way out from here. Hence why you see this from Cox Inu right over here. Sorry guys, my internet connection's a bit slow in a minute. Okay, hence why you see this nice wick, a longer wick in fact, for Cox Inu, because once BTC moved to 3%, with certain alts, or the majority of alts, would move 10, 15, 20%. If it's a super unknown coin, or like something like Cox Inu, it might move maybe 20, 30, 40% back up to the upside. Either way guys, so far we just need to wait and see what happens with BTC, because currently it looks like we could be heading a little bit further back down, or at least in the region of 63k minimum. And if we hold 63k minimum and go sideways, then quite possibly we could see Cox Inu holding the current highs and quite possibly breaking the all-time high, and then we should see a lot more money flooding into altcoins such as Cox Inu and various others, in order for us to see a continuation to the upside and all-time highs, and even crazy upswing of trades, or you might see like 100, 200, maybe even 1,000% from some of these alts. But we just need to pay more attention to what's going to happen with BTC in order for us to give a stronger confluence in what's happening with the rest of the market. So I hope this has given you a lesson in terms of technical analysis. We can't just be looking at the altcoin that we hold, or that we love, and that we're hoping to see like a massive move to the upside. We do need to have a contrarian mindset where we are looking at BTC and seeing what is happening with BTC, and most importantly look at the structurally what's going on within the alts which you're holding. Currently we're talking about Cox Inu, and it's still looking fairly bullish, but we just need to see this candle here closes above this red candle there in order for me to be convinced that we are most definitely, at least over the next several days, be pushing up higher high. The weekends tend to be lower volume in trades and liquidity, so therefore we could be chopping for a little while before we bounce our way out of it. Either way guys, I hope this has been a useful and informative when it comes down to technical analysis. I hope you have learned something and gained value from this. If you have, guys, do me a favor, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. If you haven't yet checked out my Patreon, you can just go straight to my link below and you can find all that juicy information for you right there. Or otherwise, if you haven't yet checked out or subscribed to my channel, you may do so over here. If you'd like to check out my last video, go over here and I'll see you all in the next one.